Are the Washington Commanders true Super Bowl contenders in 2024 after our 6-2 start with the 2-6 Giants looming? Also, should we go all in at the trade deadline or stand pat and let AP build this for more of the long term? Let's talk about it. Let's rap about it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit that notification bell so you always get the video at the PSN Commanders Network. Let's get started with today's video. And follow me on social medias at Protest Sports Network _ on Instagram and also PSN 042893 on X. Let's get right to today's video. Welcome back to the PSN Commander Network. Your boy Tonka A Tech. I'm back with another video. If I get to an age of teacher, glory to God, for God. Not right right now, so God with the doors and pay way for all good and doors and implements today's video. Here at the Washington Commanders, quick verse of the day. We're gonna get right into today's content. We got a lot to rap about today. But let's go ahead and look at this real quick. This is from Proverbs 10:30. It says as follows: the righteous will never be uprooted, but the wicked will not remain in the land. So in the last days, which I think we're kind of in, the wicked will be exposed, which we have seen Diddy and those other people getting exposed, and also they will not remain in the land. So they will not inherit the kingdom of God. They will not be in the land for a long time. They will not be here to receive the reward of righteous people they deserve. The righteous people will be here on the land enjoying the fruits of their righteous labor. Let's get right to today's video. So the Washington Commanders right now 6-2, which is surprising for a lot of people, right? Actually, give me a second. Let me turn that extra light off. My apologies there. That extra light was kind of getting on my nerves. So the Washington Commanders right now 6-2 and are in prime position to definitely make the playoffs and possibly make a playoff run. We had the Giants looming at us, which are 2-6, which that should be a victory, which will push it to 7-2, right? And the trade deadline is November 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're looking at about 6 days before the trade deadline. So my question to you today in this video, please comment down below your answer. Do you think the Washington Commanders are true Super Bowl contenders? Why or why not? And also, would you go all in at the trade deadline or stand pat at the trade deadline? So let's start. Are the Washington Commanders true Super Bowl contenders? So, I mean, they can actually win the bowl this year. My answer is no. I have one reason why. This secondary ain't good enough. Point blank period. This secondary ain't good enough. This secondary ain't good enough. And you're not going to outscore everybody. I think the secondary isn't good enough. I don't think the wide receiving core is good enough to win a Super Bowl. Now, enough for you win a playoff game? Yeah, for sure. But you do got one of them ones. So it does help that your wide receiving core might not be the best. But I think you really want a complimentary guy to Terry. And we don't have that on the roster right now. I like Noah Brown. I think Noah Brown is a great wide receiver 3, an amazing wide receiver 4, and a very low end 2. Can definitely use somebody to upgrade Noah Brown. I like Noah Brown. I'm not saying Noah Brown can't play ball. I'm not trying to say that, guys. So please don't comment that. But I think you can upgrade over him. And a lot of receivers that could have been upgrade over him are already off the market. Deontay Johnson, traded to the Ravens. Amari Cooper, already traded to the Bills. Devontae Adams, already traded to the Jets. Christian Kirk, off the market because he got injured. So, and any of the Texans depth receivers, they are now off the market as well because Stephon Diggs towards ACL. So there's not a lot out there for when it comes to wide receiver. Like, you're going to trade for Adam Thielen at 34 years old? Probably not, you know? Maybe Kendrick Bourne's the one guy I'm like, interesting, right? But would the Patriots trade him? Probably not. Not for what I'm trying to give up to get him, right? So it's kind of tough, if I want to be honest with you, as a Commanders fan, because of the wide receiver position. And as for the secondary, that's thinner than the wide receiver position on the trade market. JC Horn's not available anymore. The Panthers already said we're not having a fire sale. We traded Deontay Johnson, and that's probably about it. So they're done selling players. I don't think Tyson Campbell's available when it comes to the Jaguars. You look at Jonathan Jones, is probably the best guy available from the New England Patriots. That's a guy that could help you. Is he going to help you beat Detroit? Can you beat Detroit by just acquiring Jonathan Jones? Probably not. Because the talent gap between the Lions and the Commanders are definitely significant. In that, and you're talking about Super Bowl contenders. You're talking about teams. You're talking about teams that are the best of the best. I think we're probably fifth, sixth best team in the league. So you're a fringe Super Bowl contender, right? You're like in the fringe. Like you could compete for a bowl, but you need a little help, and you probably need one of these teams knocked off before you play them. I mean, the true Super Bowl contenders are as follows: Chiefs, Lions. I'm gonna throw Baltimore in there, but they lost to they lost to the Browns. That's not a good look, right? After Chiefs and Lions is tough because the Niners are going to have a ton of injuries right now. I don't really trust the Packers because of Jordan Love's in and outness with his health. You think of the NFC, it's like Commanders, Lions, Niners if they get healthy, and maybe the Eagles because the Eagles have such a talented roster. But you don't trust their coaching staff, right? So it's a lot of question marks. So if you really wanted to go for it, I understand, right? But the question is, can you defeat the Detroit Lions? Do you think you're really better than Detroit? Or you're just a player away from being better than Detroit? The answer to me is no. I don't think we're a player away from being better than the Lions. They're hanging 50 burgers on people. They're extra disrespectful. They on some YBC dual crap. They are Mr. Disrespectful. And I'm gonna call the Lions the Mr. Disrespectful Lions because they are disrespectful as hell. I don't want to play them fools, respectfully. I don't. They're so disrespectful. I might want to fight Lions for the end of the game. I ain't going hooking ladders and running up scores, and the run game is so disrespectful. They just disrespectful. I don't want to play them folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't. They're disrespectful. You lose the line and they do some hooking ladder bull crap or some wild. I'm gonna run bro hands, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, but I'm kind of going on a tangent here. So the question is, if you think you're true Super Bowl contenders, can you defeat the Lions? My answer right now is no. Can you beat the Chiefs? My answer to that is probably no. Could you beat the Bills if they made the Super Bowl? Yeah, I think we could beat Buffalo. Could you beat the Texans? Without Diggs, yeah. I think without SD, got a shot. But could you beat the Chiefs? Especially when they get healthy. They're gonna get Isaiah Pacheco back eventually, right? They're gonna get back Clyde Edwards-Helaire eventually. They're not gonna get back Rasheed Rice, probably not, but they'll get somebody that guys in Kareem Hunt's been playing well for them. So they're too tough. I've been the Chiefs and Lions are just too tough. I mean, those are the two best teams in the league. So you're probably like a fringe Super Bowl contender, I think, right? And we can't beat the Ravens either. So they just lost to the Browns. Oh my gosh. What the hell? We lost. You beat Pittsburgh? Sure. We play Pittsburgh in a couple weeks. We're gonna find out how good we are, right? We're gonna find that's a good litmus test, right? Could you beat Philadelphia? I think we could beat Philadelphia because their coaching staff is that bad. Like Nick Sirianni stinks. He's a terrible head coach. So you have a chance to beat Philadelphia. So we're in that fringe Super Bowl contender, maybe not type of thing, right? I don't think we're true Super Bowl contenders only because I don't think we can beat the Lions nor Chiefs or the Ravens. Respectfully, I just don't think we can beat one of them three teams. And I mean, those are teams that are going to really compete for a Super Bowl, and maybe a team like I don't think the Vikings are for real. All right, let's look a little bit deeper. Take a deeper look at the entire NFL. I probably want a nice let's look at the entire NFL. Well, and we'll see who the true Super Bowl contender and who's not. And then I'll see what the Commanders are when it comes to that. So let's look at the AFC. Let's look at it, and let's start with the AFC. Bills, are they for real? Yes. I think they're a true Super Bowl contender. So let's put the Bills in the true Super Bowl contender um, tier things. I don't really dog. None of these teams are for real. They all stink. This is move on with our life. They lost to Tua, so they're done. Stick a fork in the Dolphins. Let's look at this. I don't think the Steelers are for real only because is this really them with Russell Wilson or they play bad teams? I want to see them play a better team first. So I'm iffy on the Steelers. I've been the Ravens Super Bowl contender. I know I get these lost to the Browns, but that's a division game. Things happen. Family business. Things happen like that sometimes, right? So I'll let that one go. I think they're Super Bowl. So I'm gonna put them in Super Bowl contending realm of things. Texans Super Bowl contender. Um, without Diggs though, they're more like a fringe. So I put them in the fringe tier. And the Chiefs are definitely. I don't think the Broncos are for real. They're gonna fall off eventually. I don't trust them. I don't trust Bo Nix. But you never know. Never know. Never know. So my Super Bowl contenders on the AFC are the Bills, the Ravens, Chiefs, and fringe are the Texans because of Stephon Diggs' injury, which kind of sucks. And that's pretty sad to hear. Get well, SD. Get well. I look at the National Football Conference, the NFC. Commanders, I think they're friends Super Bowl contenders. I'm gonna put them in the friend line with the Texans. Eagles, because they're so talented, I have to put them there. I don't trust their coaching staff. I'll put them in the French too. Lions, Super Bowl contenders. Packers, maybe. Put them in the French too. No one in the NFC South is competing for a Super Bowl, respectfully. And I've been the only team that can compete for a Super Bowl in the NFC West if they got healthy are the San Francisco 49ers and they made a move or two. So that's kind of that. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I think the Commanders are French Super Bowl contenders. So the question now is, I put them in the French Super Bowl contender tier because I think our coaching has been so good, has been masking our lack of talent at certain positions. Are we a player away from being true Super Bowl contenders and actually winning a Super Bowl? My answer to that is no, because the teams that are true Super Bowl contenders, like the Lions and Chiefs, are that much better than Washington. I'm not saying Washington's a good football team. Got them in a French Super Bowl contender tier. They're a really good football team. Can you beat Patrick Mahomes? No. Can you beat Mr. Disrespectful Lions? I don't think so. Can you beat the Baltimore Ravens? We have not defeated the Baltimore Ravens. So guess what? Stand pat. My stance is stand pat. My stance is stand pat trade deadline. All the true impact players are gone. Zadarius Smith is an impact player to a certain extent, but he has injury concerns. Jonathan Jones is a good corner. Is he going to take you over the top? I don't think so. I like Kendrick Bourne's a wide receiver. Does Kendrick Bourne take you over the top and make you a true Super Bowl contender? I don't think so. Deontay Johnson is gone. DJ Reed's another name that you want to keep your eye on. Is DJ Reed enough to take you over the top? I think not. I think he's a good corner. I don't think he's a great corner. So, all this being said, I think the Commanders are a year away. A year away. I only say this because, one, you look at it like this. I'm just going to kind of elongated video. Now, I'll try to make this kind of quick, but it's going to be a little elongated. those two teams are better than you, right? So next year, those two teams will be a year older. I mean, Travis Kelsey's going to get worse. I think that Mahomes and them are going to get a little weaker. I think that D Hop on an expiring deal, so he won't be there next year. They get Rasheed Rice back, but the Hollywood Brown's also on a 1 year deal. They're going to bring back Hollywood Brown. Those are question marks that they have, right? And Julius Smith-Schuster's or something on a 1 year deal. So those guys aren't going to be back probably, right? So I think they get a little weaker as a team. The Philadelphia Eagles might be firing Nick Sirianni after this season. They don't make a huge run in the playoffs. They have a big, huge meltdown and do what they did last year. He'll be fired. You look at the Ravens. How long can they keep this up? I don't know. So another year older for those teams. They're older than us. While we're a younger football team and we're ascending, yeah, we're getting a year older. We're getting a year more mature. They're getting a year older. You know what I'm saying? So that gives us an advantage. Also, we have $120 million in cap space next year. You can go get some real players to help you win now next year, right? The trade market isn't that great this year for you. It's not robust enough for you to go after a guy just to go after a guy. I think in my eyes. I don't think Harold. If a guy like Harold Landry is available, then that's a move that you probably should make if you want to win a Super Bowl. But is he really available? You know what I mean? So the trade market isn't robust when it comes to impact players. You have a ton of cap space next year. You have a ton of draft capital next year. And you can acquire more if Johnny Newton is the guy that you think he is. You can trade away Jonathan Allen once he heals from his torn pec and get a fourth rounder or even a third rounder for John Allen. You get a third round for John Allen and you clear $17 million in cap space. That gives you another impact player to add to your roster. When you have a guy that already starts for you in a backup and for Darian Matthews, you like a lot. But you can go get another guy that helps your interior defensive line depth. And then you can maybe get an edge rusher because we don't have one of those. We want one of those. Harold Landry would be nice, but is he even available? Don't know. So we really need an edge rusher. We need another corner. And then you probably want to draft an impact corner to team up with the guy if you trade for DJ Reed, I think that's a good look. If you make a subtle move like a Kendrick Bourne or something like that, I'm cool with that. But to trade significant draft capital for a player, if it's not Harold Landry, it's a waste of your time. And I don't think Harold Landry is available. So that's kind of that. But that's pretty much my whole stance on it. I think the Commanders are French Super Bowl contenders. They're a dark horse to win the Super Bowl. But I don't think we're better than the teams that are true Super Bowl contenders. So we should probably stand pat. And we have Jaden Daniels on 4 years of a rookie contract before he has to really get paid, which allows us to stand pat right now, attack it in the offseason, and we're better than all these other teams are going to be next year. And then it's an arms race. But we have the power. We have the draft capital. We have the cap space. We have one of them ones. We don't have to rush this. We don't have to rush this. I want to build a dynasty, not just win a one Super Bowl. The Rams went all in and traded 100,000 draft picks, and now they suck. Yeah, they've won a couple games in a row. They look sweet or whatever when they got their guys back and all that. But they're not Super Bowl contenders anymore. And Matt Stafford probably about to hang them up. And I think we play the AFC West next year, I think. So there you go. There you go. You know what I mean? So, no, we won't play AFC West. NFC West. We'll play the NFC South, I think. No, we'll play South this year. Then. Bucks, Panthers. We'll play South this year. I'm tripping. So when we play the North next year? North? That's a tough one. Tough division. So, but not talking about next year, right? But I think that's pretty much about it for today's video. I know I kind of went a ramble a little two different ways and not super organized with this video. But my true conclusion to this, I think we're French Super Bowl contenders. But I also think we should stand pat because there's nothing out there that's going to make it's our game changers. There's no game changers out there. Even next year, you should be able to win a Super Bowl because you have so much cap space, you have so much draft capital, and you got one of the ones. And on top of that, you have a GM that's a maestro that's going to finesse everybody and their damn mama and win a Super Bowl. So, Super Bowl 2025 for the Commanders. 2024, my expectation for this team is to make the playoffs. Of course, we're now 6-2, so we have no business not making the postseason, and then to win a playoff game. If we do those things and win our first playoff game since 2005, I will be satisfied with the season. I'll be very, very content, and I'll be looking forward to next offseason to see what else we do to help this team develop when it comes to developing the young talents like Luke McCaffrey and Mikey Samuel and John Newton and Jaden Daniels have another year of experience and things like that. And they'll have a year of film on them. That's cool. And I think Cliff's going to be back next year too. So I think we'll be fine. I think this team's going to be very good going down the stretch. Could we make the NFC Championship game? Sure. Can we beat Detroit? I don't think so. So that's my conclusion. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the Commanders should make 500 moves at the trade deadline, change the stand pat with their draft picks, go forward in the offseason, and try to build this big contender next year? You know what I think? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Let me comment your thoughts. Have a great one. And I'll catch you on the next one. My peace.